So it will be a struggle. We are talking about, following great successful people here. And it will always be a struggle, and you will always find a resistance in how you are pursuing your path or your journey in your personal development.
Yeah.
Along the way, there will be teachers, gurus, mentors, or your 贵人, right? And they will come and help you. Yes, that's for real. On the personal level, I would like you to really, at this point of the conversation, think about what is that 1-2 things that you are resisting here at this point of time. It could be, for example, you feel inferior with a teacher, right? Or it could be you feel inferior with a group of people around you. Or maybe you're thinking that I can do it differently. Why should I, following this group? So it's always a check-in. At any point of time, there is always a check-in, there's always a review, and one of my clients says that it's a post-mortem, right?
Yes,
like people die already, and then do a post-mortem exercise and figure out what actually went wrong. Yeah, it is the same for your life as well. Take a look at what actually went wrong or went right, and subsequently make a shift and make an adjustment. And that's when we are starting to rise our rank in many ways, right? Our rank, it may not be just material things like finances or like social status and all these things. It can be rising from the rank of like, hey, I'm just having a good relationship today with someone that I care. Hey, I'm just actually managed to run a 2-kilometer run for just today for someone who doesn't really able to run. So this is a great big deal over there. Right? So if you were to, go back to the questions I asked earlier on about taking action, how would you show that you are taking action?
Okay.
Can I invite you to really be here for a while and also stand up and then show to the audience and show to those who are watching this and give them an inspiration moment. And if I were to take action, how would that look like? Right? Can I demonstrate to you how my version looks like?
Oh, okay.
Is that okay? Yeah. So maybe you can stand up here first.
All right.
While we are doing this is gonna be relaxing and fun way.
Okay.
So Charlene way of like having an action going on, right? So I'm the kind of person who will stay on the spot and really look and scan whether that is actually a threat. Yeah. So I tend to stand on the spot for too long and becoming non-moving.
Okay.
So when non-moving happens, I'll be those people who are like thinking, I think 1,000 days to see whether this is a good decision to make. Even sometimes come to buying really simple things, yeah? So if I were to push myself forward to move, right? To move, and how would that look like? And to me, it's just really taking one step forward.
Yeah.
And I move my body taking one step forward. And that actually gives me a lot of urge, right? Like right now, I'm like, okay, well, I'm thinking about what's next to do already.
Okay.
Yeah. So what is your version looks like?
For me, for taking actions, it's like I just, for example, like I want to drink this cup of water, I will just take it up and drink it.
Yeah.
Without thinking too much.
This is really simple, right? Because you have an object to reach.
Yes,
right?
correct.
If you don't have an object to reach, and think about the project that you shared with me earlier on before this conversation, and how would that look like for you to move forward?
Okay. You think just now we were talking about that. After this interview, what kind of actions that will I take?
So in order for you to go there, but I would like you to show that with your body movement or a pose, whatever, and to see how would it look like?
Okay.
For you to really charge forward to take an action. Holding up a cup is easy. Because there's an object here, and this thing doesn't, harm me, right? It doesn't feel threatening, right? It's just a piece of paper cup, but sometimes when we are making big decisions, and it's very hard for us to really charge forward, we tend to stay on the spot for a very long time. Or some people goes into the decisions and linger around, not having a courageous conversation for what's happening.
Okay.
For you, I'm sure you have been going through some of the conversations whereby, let me think about certain things. I'll do it later, that kind, right? So what makes you want to craft out a project from this session here with me? And with that sense of being, and show us an action. Yeah.
Okay. Just for example, like for me, because I have been trained for so long.
Yeah.
So yeah, for me, it's like I would not like think too much
Yeah.
for the things that I wanted to do. So for me, I would just act inspired of my fears or inspired of even though I don't have confidence. So how I would do it is like, just for example, like if I want to hug a person that I don't know, I would just like, hi, can I hug you?
Nice.
So,
Okay.
So I would just
Joanne,
go forward. Yeah.
Joanne, let's you know when we watch movie, we sometimes we fast forward because we want to see the ending. For today, for this moment here, let's do it in a very slow pace of like 0.5 pace as you are moving as you are watching a movie, and then the pace gets slower.
Okay.
When the pace gets slower, we will start to notice that, hey, before I even like hug you, there is something going on in me that I want to really come and make a decision to, you know, hug a person or even like hold a person. So what actually going through you when you take the decision?
Well, for me, I would not take too long for me to take a first step. So long as I clear what I want and why I want to do it. Then I will just take an action. So
let's go back a little bit slower, 0.2 speed right now. That's the thing. The point that I want to make here is also for the audience to take note. A lot of times we thought that we never think, and we thought that we never really needed so long a time to make a simple decision. And how this thing unfold is there is a turning point all the time. And if we realize that turning point all the time, we can always recreate that turning point. So for example, holding a cupcake, getting up, and then you know what you want, and then you just make the action happen. It's easy. But what is that moment when you make, just before you make a decision, right? Of course, clarity of thought. Those are very logical things. But what is your body is actually telling you at that point of time, that so that you are able to create that movement.
Okay. All right. So,
That's why, let's go back to 0.2, 0.1 speed here.
All right. So, when I set up a goal, why I want to do that. And I know the reason behind that. I can feel the fire within me, and my whole body is like feeling very excited.
Fire is fire, right? Excited. Which part of it, which part of it, if you were to use your hand to touch it right now?
Of course, it will be on my heart.
In the heart. And you feel something, and that's when you make a decision happen.
Let's
have you turn over to the camera. And then, be in that fire for just a moment. And then put your heart there, put your hand there, and then look at the camera. And just be in that moment. You can put two hands, or you can use your hand for another purpose, or you can slightly shift your body, if that makes sense to you. Be in that fire. What comes through you? What comes through you at this point?
Wow, I felt that very grateful.
Grateful
for having the life. Yes.
And that's when the heart is gonna be real.
Yes, correct.
Thank you for doing this. And let's have a seat.
Yes, correct.
Let's do a post-mortem on that short exercise. What was running through you? Right. Share with me here.
Well, there was a point of time that I even think about end of my life. To commit suicide. But yet, and now that when you ask me to get back in that moment, that what the fire of it, then I realized that, wow, what's so grateful that if I have ended my life in the past, that I would not be able to experience all this kind of fire, the passions that within myself. And I find it very, very super grateful for it. Gratefulness. Yes. And
life.
Yes, and having a life. And doing the things that we both like want to do right now.
And
just
hoping.
And trying to just make the world be a better world.
Wow.
And then there are so many wars happening in the world right now. And we are so passionate. I mean, we are so grateful that to having a safe place here, still talking about life, about passions, about goal. Did you think it's amazing?
If we have that chance to do it.
Yeah, and we are still having a chance to do it.
Yes, we are still having a chance to do it.
Yeah.
What would you do, Joanne?
Sorry?
What would you do?
Do what?
You have a chance to do something. What would you do?
Yeah, it's just like I'm sending across a message to people. Yeah.
Yeah.
Your life is matter.
Yeah.
And live the life that you want with passions and love.
There's a big part of you when we go through that conversation earlier before this is you share with me that I want to be seen.
Yeah. Yes,
Tell
correct.
me more about that.
Yes. Yeah. I want to be seen because I realized that, like my mentor told me, if you don't want to be seen, then how you can help people? Yeah, in order to help people, I need to get on stage to share my experience, to share my knowledge. Yeah, just like what we are doing right now.
And I really want to acknowledge your presence here doing this with Rising with Charlene. Yeah. And it means a lot to me. And having you in this conversation, it also means a lot, I believe, to the audience as well. And at one point of time, I don't even want to be on social media and all this because of all the clutters and all these endless scrolling, and then you are just seeing other people's life and then questioning, how come I cannot have the same body? How come I cannot have the same life? How come I cannot go to the same vacations? And all those things are actually eating our soul.
Yeah.
And sharing this thing positively through this series here, and I hope that the message does get through to the audience.
Yes.
So if you, and I want to acknowledge your courage for this.
Oh, thank you.
Definitely.
Yeah, thank you.
So, Joanne, in the next couple of weeks, right, and by agreeing to come here, right, this is a part of the work that we're doing on a daily basis. And what do you want to create?
Yeah. Before I answer this question, is it okay if I share a bit more about being seen? Okay. So I just want to share with you that I want to be seen. These things, these actions, in fact, it took me quite a journey to reach to be where I wanted to be seen. Because in the past, I know that I need to be seen, but then I was having a resistance to be seen. Why? Because when I be seen, right, then I will need to take on a lot of responsibility. I need to be a bigger me, and I was afraid of being judged by people. Because the more responsibility I take on, the more work I need to do. The more work I do, I will make a lot of mistakes.
It's like going down a spiral circle, right?
Yes,
it's like
correct.
The more I do, the more I get mistakes, the more I get scolded people, then the more I don't want to do anymore.
And then I get attacked by people, but how I overcome this kind of resistance? First of all, I dive deep down. And just first of all, because of for the friend that I shared just now about the social media influencers, and then he just shared with me about this thing, then I realized one thing. If you think that judgment is a bad thing, in fact, it can bring you positive income. Everything happens, there is a good side of it, also not so good, or maybe the result that not what you want. But so everything happen is for a reason. So then I get inspired by this friend. So I wanted to be seen, not be afraid of being judged. And then recently I discovered that why I've been so afraid of make mistake, afraid of being judged, because of my childhood experience that my parents always tell me that if I don't listen to them, if I make a mistake, they can chase me out from the house. And I'm still going through the process of healing, releasing the emotions. If you can see from this camera, half of my face now, a lot of pimples coming out because of those pain that now is still releasing and still going through the healing stuff like that. But by knowing the root of the reason why I'm so being afraid of being judged, so being afraid of making wrong things, that now I see it. I know what is the root of the reason that make me stronger. And then I know how I can handle it. So no one can tackle my
No one can take it away from you.
Yes,
if you know
correct.
What's the real reason?
Yes, and the deep inside my power rise up. I'm not sure why, but then when I found the reason, I have the power. Now I can move forward. I'm no longer being afraid of judge.
Wow.
Yeah, and not being afraid of making wrong decisions or do wrong things.
Yeah. Wow, that is very powerful.
Yes.
And when we realize and when we are aware about certain things, and that actually gives us a lot of power and also a sense of purpose to the why we are doing the things that we are doing here. And yeah, so with all this power, what do you plan to create next?
Yeah, so and as we discussed just now, right?
Let's go back to that topic a little bit. And I'm curious, coming here, Rising with Charlene, the purpose is for you to move, to create, and so that you can rise up. Yeah.
Yes. Correct.
So I want the same for you too, to Joanne. And what are you creating in this period of your life here?
Yeah. So within the next 1 week, I will go and interview a successful woman in Mandarins. I know that she will be she has a very busy schedule. So now I'm still thinking how to invite her.
Let's roll back a little bit.
Yes.
What do you mean by interview? So what are you creating from that interview?
Yeah, because this woman is super successful. I want her to share her insight to those women in my platform that encourage them to step up from their comfort zone and do it. Yes. Because she is the person who went to Europe country 20 years ago to open up the market that no Asian woman ever successful did it, but she make it. So I want her to share her insight that how she overcome all the challenges, all the resistance, and then make herself successful. And now she has one very huge market in Europe country.
Right.
Yeah. So I want to let my audience and the participants know that you can make impossible possible.
Yeah. So having people in your life that matters, and this is why we are also creating this show here to share inspiration stories. Yeah. Am I right to say that it's a similar things for you too?
Yes, correct.
And how is having someone that who has who is so inspirational, and then she has been so successful in opening up the Europe market.
Yes.
And especially come from an Asian woman.
Yes, correct.
Which our life is kind of full of stigma as well.
Yes.
Given what the society perceive us to be, right, is still happening largely in the world today. Yeah. So why having this interview matters to you?
Yes, because I realized that recently they do have women, especially working mom or working wife, that there's like having some resistance or difficulties to come up to do what they want in their life. So it's like I want to let them see that as a woman we can have our power. Yes.
Yeah. Can I share with you recently? I was reading the online forum, one of them, and there is this the young mother who just gave birth, right? Very common kind of questions that's posted on the motherhood kind of forum. And she says that she wants to ask opinion from those stay-at-home mom. And she asks this question whereby she says, I don't know how you guys do it. And can you give me tips? How can you all be a stay-at-home mom and still living it so purposefully and really embracing motherhood? For her, the case is like, hey, I just got a newborn and I love my job, and then should I quit my job and go into such a thing? And it is a thing from young mother. I myself felt that in the part 10 years ago actually. And we don't want to live the life that we have built on at that point of time. And there's a lot of times, because at the same time, we also want other things in life. For example, new children, right? Building a family, or maybe a new job, new venture, or maybe some other adventures that we all want in life. And unfortunately, and maybe fortunately, for depending on where you stay, and depending on the upbringing, culture, society, and religions, and all these things brought us into a space whereby we always question our existence, especially women.
Yes.
What's your take in that?
Well, I want to. This is like a very general question to all the women, but then in fact, we all look the same, but yet different. Why I say it's different? Because the environment that you brought up, and then your life experience and what you want in your life is matter. It's like every individuals of us, right, have a different kind of needs. So you have to have the clarity of what you want in your life. Yes. And what you want in your life and why you want that. So when, for example, like if you think that you want your top priority is your kids, your income is second, then you will structure it in different way. You will live your life in this
thoughts that you know exactly what you want. And you know specifically what you want in life. Not like I'm longing for other things while I'm holding an apple, right? I'm longing for an orange. It's like, which one you want? You want apple or orange? Pick one. So the point is to pick one, right? And then we can, go into the trial stage where we talked about earlier on, right? Trying to go into a networking group that to get closer to people. It is the same thing as well for women. I believe that is true as well.
Yes. So when you have a clarity what you want in your life, that then you will know that how you structure your life, and then what is the reason behind you want all these things. Must have the clarity about this, and then get support. I mean, you don't have to walk on the journey on your own. You can get support from your family, from your society, or even your friends. Or like now we are supporting each other because we are, I'm not a married woman. I don't have my kids, but yet we can still supporting each other on our this mission journey. So it's like you don't have to walk it on your own. Then get support. And then when you, of course, no matter what decisions you make or what kind of life that you want to live with, you will definitely face some challenge. And challenge is good because challenge make us bigger. And wiser. So when you face the challenge, then you ask yourself, what kind of resources that you have, where you can get help from. So, or maybe you can get a coach. That's why where we are here right now. Then we can walk you and keep you accountable and to walk on the journey and to reach the destinations that you wanted to arrive.
How do you like about the conversation today? And I hope that you have learned a lot. So right now, immediately type in the top 3 key takeaway in the comment box below so that you can get your learning best. And like and subscribe this channel so that you can get the notification for the next episode where we will be sharing more with you in the conversation with Joanne. Right. I hope to see you soon next week.